Good evening, everyone. Here to do my introduction for class. My name is Guy Cassels. I'm currently a fourth grade teacher at Friendship Elementary in Buford, Georgia. I am also the coordinator and architect of our Advanced Scholars program at Friendship. It is a program that's designed to assist higher achieving as well as gifted students by using a curriculum compacting model. And we do project-based learning every 9 weeks for about 2 weeks. We've shown some pretty great strides with our children's scores as well as with their confidence, because by 5th grade we're starting to develop some autonomous learners. I'm also a combat Marine, well, former combat Marine, but once a Marine, always a Marine. 1989 to 1994, I served in Desert Shield and Desert Storm. Kind of an odd thing to become a teacher from, but something I'm very proud of. The two pictures that I chose up in the upper left corner, that was storybook day at our school, and I was playing the infamous the infamous Lucius Malfoy. And then in the lower right corner, you will see me and my best friend Nero there. Nero's an Old English. Absolutely love those dogs. Now, on topic, multicultural education. The biggest issue I have is behavior being used as a reason not to test or serve a student. And I'm sure it's a pretty common issue, not just at my school, but I find that it pops up most with the African American students and Hispanic students. And my argument is always, perhaps the behavior is that they're not being challenged at the level they need to be challenged at, because I've pulled in some of those behavior issues. For example, this past year, I had one, and he did fabulous. Went from 13 office referrals in 3rd grade to 1 in 4th grade at the start of the year. Once he learned that the expectation was set, and I worked with him and scaffolded with him and kind of taught him the correct way to do things, he flew. So that's a pet peeve of mine. I can't stand it. My most favorite thing about school and about multicultural education in particular is, as a Marine, I traveled the world. I've been to every state in the United States at least once and 22 foreign countries. I love taking in the culture of a new area. And in the classroom, you kind of get that, because this past year, I had African American students, I had white students, I had students from Guatemala, I had one student from Cuba, as well as a couple of students from Mexico. And one thing that I find fascinating is that when I put out a problem, I'm not always going to get the same reaction to the problem, because culture, it determines the way you look at something. And these children would present their ideas, and of course the other children are like, no, you're wrong, it's this. And so it was my job to say, no, actually they're looking at it from this perspective. And it allowed us all to kind of gain just that sharing of ideas and that sharing of cultures and that sharing of our viewpoints might be different, but we can still arrive at the same goal. And that's just something I absolutely love, that you can't have if your classroom doesn't contain multicultures. The least favorite thing that I have is stereotypes. I hate them all. I learned one thing that I feel like the military does right is that there are no races. You're all green. You're all just different shades of green, and it effectively kills racism. And I won't say all, but I'd say a good 80 to 90% of every military branch. It effectively kills it, and it kills those stereotypes as well. And so one thing that I learned that I took from the military is that I judge someone not by skin color or culture or religious beliefs. I judge them by who they are. And stereotypes do not allow you to do things like that. That's my intro. I really look forward to continuing my education. It's been a long time since I stepped foot in a classroom that wasn't my own. But it's time. And I feel like that this program, the Ed Psychology Gifted and Creative, is the right step for me, not just for my personal strengths, but also to help me strengthen the program that we have at Friendship. Look forward to talking to you all this semester and hopefully in the future as well.